Now, I enjoyed last year's release so much. I can't wait to get into this one. It's the Garrison Bros Annual release of their prestigious Cowboy Bourbon. And yes, this is Hazmat again. Let's go. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways Plus Plus. I need to let this bad boy breathe a little bit. So we're going to open this up, take it out, pop it open, serve myself in a, of course, a Garrison Brothers glass. Put this to the side, let it breathe for a moment. But look at this beautiful box and this beautiful bottle. I love that they changed it from year before where it looked more like a coffin. I like this box. It's 10-year anniversary. Yep, that's right. So, oh, beautiful, beautiful cork pop. I'm very excited today. I am very, very excited. So, oh, look at that darkness. Just the smell in the air. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So let's put that to the side here. Let's put this to the side here. And let's put that to the side there. Every year, Garrison Brothers releases one of the most highly coveted bourbon whiskeys in America, the Cowboy Bourbon. Unlike their small batch, the Cowboy Bourbon comes from Dan and Donna's favorite barrels and is set aside for a couple more years to mature further. That's right. They grab these great barrels, put them aside, and let them mature a little bit more. This liquid ambrosia is bottled at cask strength, uncut and unfiltered. As you can see from this box here, this year is the 10th anniversary release. And on here, as it shows, there are 10,000 bottles at 750 mLs. Every bottle used in this release is at least 6 years old. And this is 6 years in Texas weather. That's right, 6 years in Texas weather. Finally, it is all barrel proof, straight from the barrel, unfiltered and uncut, cask strength. And this year is, almost knocked that bad boy down. If you can see it right there, 140.2 proof. Last year was their first Hazmat release, and they did it again, another Hazmat release. Now, I did a review on last year's as well, so if you have not seen that, I will leave a link for it right here. Go check that out. Whew, I almost knocked that over. A little scared there. Now, let's talk a little bit about them. It takes a very special barrel to create a bourbon nectar sweet enough to be enjoyed at such a high proof as this. A lot of times when you get a high proof like this, the potency overpowers the flavor. But this is not the case with Cowboy Bourbon, or at least it wasn't the case last year, and that's what they're saying so this year as well. They're saying it's so sweet that the flavor overpowers the proof. And you can thank Texas heat for that. However, on their webpage, they're saying, as delicious as it sounds, make sure to proceed with caution. That's right, caution, right? Barrel proof bourbon is not for everyone. It should always be savored in moderation. And for something strong enough to run a car engine, this finish is incredibly smooth. So we're about to find out. As always, whenever I do a review, I do a giveaway as well. So stay tuned to find out how you can win a sample of this Hazmat Garrison Cowboys 2024 edition. But enough talk, let's get into the bottle details. All right, bottle details on this bad boy. It's Garrison Brothers Cowboy Edition. Classification, straight Texas bourbon whiskey. Distillery, Garrison Brothers. Release date, September 2024. Proof, 140.2 proof, yes, Hazmat. Making it 70.1 ABV. Minimum age in this bad boy is 6 years old. But don't let that fool you, it's Texas 6 years old. Finish, there's none stated. Mashbill is 74% corn, 15% red winter wheat, and 11% malted barley. Now, MSRP on this is a little bit pricey at $250, but we'll find out, is it worth it? As always, anytime I do a review, I will review it from 1 to 10 on aroma, flavors, complexity, mouthfeel, finish, and would I buy again? All right, it's time to get into the fun part. Let's get into reviewing this bad boy. Let's give it a little SJ here. See it on here. This is a dark color, like dark, almost like a chocolate. It's a dark red. Yeah, it's just like a red ale, like a nice dark beer. Now, even at that, talking about time, the legs are barely starting to form. This is tight on the glass. Legs just starting to form. And not even running. It sticks to this glass amazingly. Wow. I'm still waiting for those legs to really start coming down, but they're not. They're actually sticking to this glass very nice. So let's go in For aroma, let's nose this. Well, when you smell at the bottom, you do smell that proof. It is alcohol forward. Especially, you know, when you smell at the bottom, you get more of that alcohol. That cleared my sinuses pretty good. Now, when you go to the middle and the top, you're able to smell a little bit more. Now, this smells like Garrison Brothers to me. This is that dark chocolate, that raisin, the dates, just so much goodness there. And I really do like Garrison Brothers, so when I smell it, it does make me salivate because I do enjoy it so much. But nice dark complexity, dark chocolate, dates, like I was saying. It's just a good dark nose. I'm gonna give that nose an 8. Flavors, initial taste. I did a few other videos earlier today to kind of warm up my palate because I knew I was doing this one last. It's 140.2 proof, right? 140.2. And you don't want to just jump into this. I mean, this can just stun your tongue and stun your palate pretty quickly. So let's go in for the first taste. I'm gonna take a smaller taste and just kind of let it sit there. It's a little bit spicy. You get all that darkness, a lot of darkness, a lot of that dark chocolate that just melted on my tongue. Cinnamon, cocoa powder, kind of like a dried, dehydrated date. There's so much there. It's so much there. And even for my first drink, now it drank a little warm. I'm gonna say it drank probably like 125 proof, which, you know, 125, 127 proof, which is still high proof, right? But it doesn't taste like that 140. There's just so much flavor to it that kind of just takes over and just makes it so good. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to give that an 8 as well. And I'm giving it that number because a lot of times when you first taste something, it hits you hard and it goes through that evolution pretty quickly and it's hard to taste it. But no, that just hit the right spots. So now we're going into complexity. How does this evolve on the tongue? Wow, a lot of complexity there. A little bit of drying, a little bit of oak, but you get that, just that Garrison Brothers original taste. There's nothing that tastes quite like Garrison Brothers. It's very different. There's a lot of darkness to it, like that cocoa. Like I feel like I have coke, like I ate like that powder cocoa that you put in milk to stir. I feel like that's on my tongue. You have a fruitiness there. You have some cinnamon there, and chocolate and cinnamon just go so well together. You get a little bit of woodiness, that oakiness, a little bit of like a lighter pecan, so it's like a warm pecan, and brown sugar, hint of that sweetness from that date, a hint of sweetness from vanilla. Ooh, just a lot going on there. Very, very complex. Ooh, why do I give that complexity? I'm very, very conservative with my scores. I like to give a good, honest score. And honestly, I almost want to give that a 9. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to give that complexity a 9. Mouthfeel, thickness and viscosity. How does this coat my mouth, right? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The way it just coats, and every time you taste it, and this is the first time I'm actually having this. It changes, it evolves, it sticks to the tongue. My mouth right now is very, have a lot of drool in it because it's just absorbing all those flavors that I'm really enjoying. A lot of it tastes like, you know, like dried dates and nuts and fruits and chocolate. And I say dried because a lot of times when you dehydrate them, you get a bolder, stronger, concentrated flavor. And that's what you get with this. You get that chocolateness, you get that pecan. And that little bit of spiciness. It's not like, with 140 proof, you expect it to be very spicy. It's not very spicy. It's more like a cinnamon that's there. But cinnamon complements the chocolate flavor in this so well that this is good. This is good. I think what I'm going to do, not tonight, but I think another day, I'm gonna do last year's and this year's and compare them. I actually think I like this one better than last year's, and I was in love with last year's. Last year's was probably one of my top, if not my top pick from last year. If I would ever do a top pick, that would have probably been on the top, one of the top ones. And this one, just the complexity and the mouthfeel and everything on this is just great. So on the mouthfeel, I'm also gonna give that a 9. Finish wood. How does this finish? I'm gonna tell you, I still taste it on my tongue from the beginning to the end. Just kind of a nice evolution. Like what I'm gonna do after this is pour myself a little bit more, not too much more because it's a high proof and I've had a few drinks earlier to warm up my palate. I'm definitely gonna slow down and just kind of go sit there and taste this and let it sit in my mouth a little bit longer and just enjoy this a little bit more, because I feel like I'm going through this kind of fast, and this is my normal pace for this, but I feel like I'm going through it fast. I'm just not getting to sit back and enjoy this as much as I would like to. But lots and lots of good flavors. So what am I on? The finish. I'm on finish. The finish is there. Still my mouth. My mouth is drooling. I have a bunch of extra saliva in my mouth right now from this. And so the finish just keeps on going from the first to now. It's never really left my tongue. And it's not just the linger, it's actually there. I taste it. I taste that chocolate. I taste that darkness. I taste the oak. It's just the dates. You know, there's like a nice date, like chocolate that just stays there. And I'm not a big dark chocolate person, but the way this one just hits it just right to balance it out. And I think that cinnamon taste just works so well together. Last year with the last year's, I did make a old fashioned with it, and I made a kind of a chocolate cinnamon drink with that, and it was one of my favorite old fashions I've ever made, and I still think about that. I haven't made it again because there was so much work that it was involved in that, but I actually might have to try that with this one. So was I on finish? For finish, I'm gonna give that a 9. Now, would I buy again? Woo! This year, I think last year there's a lot less bottles. So last year they had 9,600 bottles. I thought it was less than that. In my head, it was like 6,000 something, but no, it's 9,600 bottles. This year they added 4,000 more at 10,000. And would I buy again at 250? Heck yeah, I'm gonna buy again. I'm excited to buy another one. And secret is, I actually got one. I got another one coming in. Just don't tell my wife. I'm pretty excited about this. Wow. I really am excited to do a blind with this. So would I buy again? Yes. I'm going to give that an 8. And I'm only giving it an 8 because it's $250. And that's a lot of money. And it's a lot of money spent on any one bottle. But if I were to do it again, it's going to be with this bad boy. Well, first of all, I have to say, I love the packaging this year. Look at that. 10 years, black with gold lettering. That's just beautiful. The bottle, they always do a great job. I like their metal. I know some people don't like it because of all that clink. I like that clink. I like that it shows what year it is. I love their bottle shapes. I love how they decorate it. I love that they go and put all this extra on it because you don't have to. You don't have to. My bottle number, just in case you're wondering, is 4573 out of the 10,000. Wow. I am glad I have acquired another bottle. It is beautiful and I love it. So my total score for this was 51 out of 60. I guarantee you that's my highest score I've ever done. I'm very conservative with scores. I think I rank low sometimes on things, but this one deserved every point of that. It was just amazing. I do like it. And well, talking about that, let's talk about how you can win a sample of this. First of all, if you have not, and you like this video, you like this content, go hit that like button for me, please. It does make a difference. Also, if you like this content, share it with somebody. Share it with a friend, share it with a parent, share it with a girlfriend, share it with the next friend. I don't care. Just share it. It helps me out. I will be doing a huge giveaway at 2,222 subs, right? So if I get 2,222 subscribers, we're going to do a huge giveaway. I've talked about that for a while. I have bottles. I had to move the bottles out of this room because they didn't fit in here to another room just so we can do that. Now, also in the comments below, let me know, have you ever tried a Hazmat? And if you have, let me know your thoughts on it. I've had a few Hazmats now, and they're all very different. Some are Hazmat to be Hazmat. Some are Hazmat to actually enjoy and drink. And this is just one of those that's a Hazmat that's enjoyed a drink. Also, in the comments below, I want you to put hashtag Garrison Hazmat. Holy cow, I'm enjoying this. I'm going to give myself a little bit more pour and go sit there and just enjoy it. And this is my last drink of the night. Enjoy it more for the rest of this night. Well, my friends, thank you, my friends, for joining me on another journey down my bourbon Hazmat rabbit hole. This was a good one. I really enjoyed doing this one. I was really excited for this one. To our next journey, my friends, cheers.